Rockford City Council's Zoning Board of Appeals brings the potential opening of a new Chipotle one step closer to the finish line. Tonight, officials recommend the approval of the application to the City Council for the new location, which would sit at 5505 East State Street. It would reside near other businesses like Flow Supreme Air Sports, Dirty Dough Cookies, and Guitar Center. The proposal now goes to codes and regulations.
There's definitely a concerted effort by myself and other business owners in this Mulford to Alpine corridor of State Street to have it hold strong as a retail corridor.